So if you want to get the upgraded way to self-care, then this process is for you. Hi, I'm Brittany Rochelle and I'm an anger alchemist, teaching you how to alchemize your rage and resentment to live a magnificently melanated life. And today I'm going to share with you a powerful 4-step process that I've used countless times with myself and with my clients that really help you not only care for and nourish yourself, but it can completely transform the way you relate to your life and the way you relate to getting what you need. So many of us didn't grow up with super amazing present caregivers because they were dealing with so much of their own trauma and their own hurt. And I know for myself and for so many of my clients, this can be such a big gaping wound when we are walking around feeling like we need something, like we didn't get something, and the people who were supposed to give it to us didn't give it to us, and so now we're hopeless and doomed, and not even in a super crazy shame spirally way, but just in a deep sense of sadness that we can carry with us for years, for decades. And so I want to show you in this video a way that you can actually heal this, and you can really care for and love yourself in a way deeper than taking bubble baths and getting manicures and doing all of the super mainstream ways that we hear about self-care and about transforming and healing ourselves. So this 4-step process is really all about getting in touch with your body. And I know for a lot of us who grow up being fundamentally cut off from our body, when someone says feel into your body, that can be really, really weird and strange to do. And so I invite you to just get curious and to be open-minded and to use your imagination. And if you you can definitely check out other videos where you can learn more about the science behind and the brains that live within your body, not just your cranial brain in your head. So knowing that it truly is possible to have intelligence and wisdom and even neuronal pathways in your own body. So number 1 is to identify the part that needs support. And so if you think about any challenging situation that you're dealing with, go and scan your body, just get quiet and think through, bring your awareness from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet and find anywhere that is hurting, anywhere that really pops up for you, and really tend to this part. So in this example, scan my body and I feel a hurt or a pulling down sensation in my chest, in my heart. So that would be step 1. I have this thing in my heart that's pulling down, and I usually call it sadness. So you don't have to give it a specific emotion, especially sometimes we don't even know what we're feeling. We're just feeling maybe just bad. And so we actually don't need that. We just need to be able to understand where we feel this in our own body. And I also have more videos on things called the felt sense, which can help give you some words, some language to talk about the way that it feels. And again, this is very much using your own imagination and getting in touch with this wisdom that is deeper than your own brain. So number 2 is to then get clarity on what this hurting part needs. And so you can literally have a conversation with it, or you can just feel into what would this part desire, or what would they need, or how could it make them feel better if they had X. So in my example with this tugging, hurting in my heart, I think my heart needs and would really warmth. It would like a hug, like a little blanket wrapped around it. And that's what it needs. So you can literally do this for anything. You could have a tightness in your stomach, and that tightness could want space. That tightness could want fresh air to be able to feel like it can move around and not be so closed in and so tight. So number 3 is to then connect with that type of support. So sometimes the support might be external. It might be the ancestors or spirits that you work with, or angel guides that you work with. or it could be an imaginary figure. So people from the past who you really look up to. So in my case, it would be like, imagine James Baldwin and Lorraine Hansberry were here, like my all-time idols. And what would they say, or how would they soothe or support me? Or it can actually be a place in your body as well. And if you're really desiring to work on getting more in touch with your body, I invite you to do this process really focused in on your body. And even if you don't feel that much, or you don't really know what I'm talking about, I invite you to keep trying. It's such a skill that all of us can have if we really practice consistently, getting curious and being open to sensations that come from our body. So often we're socialized to just completely disassociate from our body, or we only notice sensations when they're painful. But we can also notice and get curious about pleasurable sensations, or just about neutral sensations or tension or fluidity that we feel in different parts of our body. So if you want to work with a body-based way, you can find somewhere in your body, in my example, that has this loving, warm, like hug blanket. And in my body, I think right now that's coming from like my lower belly part. So this lower belly part has the warm, like gentle, loving blanket that this hurting part in my heart would really need. And so number 4 is you give whatever that is to this hurting part. So you can do this with your imagination, or you can do this with physical objects. Like if you really do want a warm blanket, you can get a warm blanket, or you can just imagine that your hurting part, in this case, like the heart that has this like pulling, tugging, sadness sensation, has a warm blanket wrapped around its little heart body, which I don't know why I keep going like this, but it's a very like it's okay little little heart body, but essentially allowing that part to receive the nourishment, the love, the support that it desires. I know that this process might seem like super far out there or strange or a lot of imagination, but if you practice doing this on a regular basis, anytime that you feel super upset, anytime that you feel super annoyed or frustrated or lonely or hurt, it's such a powerful way to be able to not only supercharge our life, but to really truly care for ourselves in a way that is so much deeper and has lasting, powerful effects, not only for ourselves, but for the way that we can show up in our communities and with the people that we love. Okay, I know this was a lot, and if you want to get maybe some more basic, not 4-step like processes, I invite you to check out my totally free ebook, Melanin, A Reclamation, where I share with you body-based, very simple tools that are completely accessible. And they really encourage you to claim your full story without erasing it, without whitewashing it, and therefore get in touch with your most powerful source and inspiration possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get some help and support walking you through these tools, you can definitely rewatch this video. You can also sign up for one-on-one coaching with me, where I can walk you through this process and so much more, and really help you supercharge and change your life and fundamentally upgrade your self-care game.